Tuning in once again. Today we're gonna get placed in rank. We have 10. We need 10, but we have 2 so far. So let's try 8 more matches, and we'll see where do I stand. So, how's everybody today?
I know.
Alright, everybody. Well, while that is loading, I am gonna go ahead and hop into chat with the usual TJ and Elmo. And hello, viewer. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. We will be starting the game in just a few minutes.
I know. I'm only asking because I think Mark got it completely through on the system for a minute.
Remnant in the Ashes just seems like I can't get rid of it. I always delete it, and then for some reason within a week I put it back. And then I just keep putting that game back. Yeah, I guess I kind of like it. I don't know. I just think I want it. I think it's a perfection thing that I just want all the items on hardcore. I think that's what it really is. To feel like I'm truly done.
Well, then once you finally get it all, then you're just like, I'm done with the game.
Maybe. I don't know. Still kind of like playing, and it's kind of thrilling playing on hardcore because if I die, I lose everything. So there's that. And I've killed 38 bosses on that character, so. Oh, that was fun. Yep, I was like, oh no, you gotta go now. Because I know like all little kids are usually kind of loud, but that one was a little extra. Like I'd pick any of the ones that I play paladins with over that one as far as being in a conversation with.
How do you know if it is a kid or just pretending to have a high voice? That's the real question.
Josephine, everybody's not you, okay?
I don't pretend to be a kid. I just look this way.
When I first heard them, I did think it's a possibility that just someone who just does something to their voice.
Yeah.
But then within 5 minutes, I'm like, that's a child. You can tell really fast. That was a kid. Yeah, that's like for sure. In like 5 minutes, I'm like, that's a kid. They have that Chinubio shit, so it's definitely a kid. But yeah, before communities were gone, there was like probably like 30 kids who want to play paladins with me. So I played with like 3 or 4 of them, and apparently they were all real friends. And then there ended up being like 10 or 12 of them that all went to school together. Then they ended up getting other kids around their age, and then I played with them a few times. And after that, they thought it was good, so they put me in their little community thing when they did it. Then after that, I only played ranked, and then I ended up being diamond. Then after that, I got promoted to their moderator, and I could do anything I want with it. I started editing it and stuff. I was bored.
Oh shit,
yeah,
I'm so sorry,
anytime I wanted to play, I'd have a full team of 5. They would just be willing to play. But, communities are dead now, because they got rid of that for whatever the reason. Man, I worked hard on the community that I made, too. Not the Paladins one, but that one for that Anarchy Reigns game. I'm like, I literally wasted my time and found like 500 people who platinumed the game and invited them all with the requirement of they had to speak English. Just so we can keep a PS3 game alive. I did that crap, and then a year later, oh, we're getting rid of communities. I'm like... I did all this shit, and you guys are getting rid of PlayStation communities. That was a little irritating to see. It took me time to do that, because I had to manually write down all their names and type them later.
My lord. Oh, ¿por qué? ¿Por qué?
I think I'm gonna rename that one. I named it Casual Afternoon, and like Casual Afternoon +1.
Okay.
You want to do Bloodborne again?
Nope.
True, because last time we went through Dark Souls and finished that, we just never did that with Mark. Me and you went through it, and then we realized, like, oh, that's all of it.
Yeah.
That's because Final Fantasy. Maria has also been playing the Final Fantasy. I
Well,
have her on Discord.
Of course she plays Final Fantasy, because Charles plays Final Fantasy. They play like all the same games, if you haven't noticed. The only thing I think
wow.
she doesn't play is that DC game.
Oh wow. Yeah,
So it
I didn't
seems
notice
like they
that.
play. If you think about it, it seems like they play almost all the same games. Whether they talk to each other or not, the time they were together, all their game interests became the same, and then they just didn't change. Because I've talked to both of them without any of you there at some point. So I don't pry into their business or anything, but I have had conversations with both of them separately. But anyone else there, once or twice.
No!
A little while before
What
Maria
are
just
you
stopped
doing?
getting on at all. Maria used to just hop in the party early ass in the morning and was like, "Why are you getting on early in the morning, TJ? What are you doing?" I'm like, "I always wake up this early." That happened a few times.
Ooh, can we all just get along?
Nope.
No. Oh yeah. I'm playing rank, and these two people are chatting, arguing, and my team is starting to lose.
Sometimes you get a little kid in your team, and then they're just gonna scream their head off.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I renamed it. It's casual afternoon +1.
+1.
Yes, that kid is definitely the +1 there. It wasn't bad though. We won every game except for the very last one.
Sorry, my spring didn't go off.
3, 2, 1.
So I believe Guillermo already told you that he already got the Xbox, and I'm gonna buy my caption card. So that way my laptop doesn't die on me and I lose everything for school, streaming, and games. I wanna make it easier on her.
Or you just get a piggy bank and you save absolutely every single penny you make, and then you buy a computer and you like make it pink as hell and like, this is mine.
Make it kawaii.
Like, and you just tell them I'll allow you to use it so you can play with TJ. But I bought this. This is mine. This is my kawaii computer. That's what you should do. And then maybe his ass would be like, well, f you then. And then he goes buys a computer too, and then this is all solved. Got the computer. It's like literally like once you have the computer, you already saved money because for some reason there's just so much free crap on the computer, and a lot of it's actually decent. Don't know why. It's just that way. There's just too many clients or like store clients you can use that just have free games. Even though Mark doesn't really shoot for the free games, I do. I do. And I'm willing to try alphas and betas, and Mark doesn't want to touch anything that's not.
No! I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I gave that to them. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
Load our loss yet.
With my life.
That's really weird. For some reason, Smite Guru is not loading up our loss. Not like I want it. I'm sure it's gonna happen, but for some reason the loss doesn't come up. Usually, like the match, like after a minute and a half, it just pops up on the thing and it's not there. That's weird. Whatever. And that's also another reason I told the kid they can just build whatever they want, because I'm like, I know you're good. Like stop acting like you don't know anything. As when the person was like, you know I'm joking? I'm like, yes, I know you're joking. I like literally decided to just pin that right away as soon as they joined the party, and I'm like, I already know you played this before, because you don't get a pin after 16 games. I don't care even if it's luck, you won't get that lucky. You just won't. Someone will shut you down. Ugh, let's go to the bank today. I'll just do it in Rio. Because my unemployment stopped, and then I got bored because I like in my phone yesterday I got a random text message from EDD, and I'm like, why are they giving me a message saying to check my balance? And I'm like, they gave me another $1,000 for what? I took all the money out already. So yeah, they randomly gave me another $1,000 for no reason. I don't know why it's there. It's weird because it feels kind of shady that it's there. Because the very last time that I did it, I took out $1,000 and $1,003, I think. And then that was the last transaction of money going in of it or out of it. And the reason I thought it wasn't there is because it said I had $1,003. I'm like, that's what I took out. And that was the end of it. And for some reason, it's still there. It's like I took it out, but it didn't go away. I'm like, well, I'm not going to be like this guy who I read in the article, because there was a man, he was like in his 50s, who noticed he got more money from EDD, and he called them and told them about it. Yeah, bad idea. Yeah, like they punished him for telling them.
That's stupid.
Yes. So I'm not saying shit. I'm just gonna take money out because I read that article. He was being punished for telling them that they gave him too much money. I'm like, well, I already know what to do here. You know, usually you think about being that good person, but apparently being a good person is not the way to go with the EDD in California. So I'm just gonna take that out and say nothing to them. Because I know better now, because I saw it. I read that article. It was like 6 months ago or something. And I was thinking like, oh, this man's just a good person. Is not like, he doesn't really like greedy with money. That's all I was thinking. Then I clicked on the article and like, they were punishing him and making him pay like a fine. I'm like, the fuck? How about just pay back the money he got extra? Because that's all he was literally about to do. But no, they fined him on top of what he was given for free. Even though he didn't apparently spend it. Yes. This happens. And that is why I'm just going to keep it. Because that's stupid as hell. I don't really understand it, but that's what happened. But to be fair, when COVID happened, a lot of crazy EDD stuff happened. Like a bunch of people who claimed... I don't know how they did it, though. I have no idea, but a lot of people were claiming false unemployment. And it'd be like the same person would do it 30 times and get paid 30 times. I don't know how they did that. I have no fucking idea, but the point is, when COVID happened and the EDD thing was happening, you probably don't know it because I probably didn't bring it up to you guys, but they lost millions. There was like quite a lot of people doing this. I don't know if they were a group or what, but they just straight robbed EDD for the most part. Like, they're all fake addresses and shit like that, and it was like thousands of dollars, and for some reason they had it to where, you know, it's as if each one of these jobs were like high-ass paying jobs. Because for the most part, when you get your EDD or whatever like that, they usually pay you maybe about half or a little bit more of what you actually made. You don't actually get exactly what you made. So if you made, like, I don't know, let's say you got like $2,000 a check, they'd probably give you $1,000, maybe $1,200. Then you get that extra bonus of like $300 because of the COVID thing. So you might make like $1,800. But then it sounded like some of these were like claiming they made like $5,000 to $6,000. So then that becomes $3,000. And then, you know, you do that 30 times with 30 fake ass things. Yeah, there were quite a few people who apparently were getting caught at some point, but I'm sure there were a lot who did not. And this is why the average person, for a little while, a lot of people's unemployment accounts were being frozen because they were under suspicion of being like falsely having unemployment and things like that. Unfortunately, a lot of people who had their accounts frozen, they were just normal people, so they were just looking in the wrong places. Because I didn't really read any articles about, like, we froze these accounts and we found out, yeah, they had fraud. No, it was more like you did fraud on someone who is not committing fraud. You froze their accounts for no reason, wrong people. That happened a lot. So yeah, do have no idea how they do it. I am not skilled in the art of con artists, but there were quite a few people doing it. I don't know if it was every state, but I do know for California that was happening. Shit. I gotta be good at it. I want to be the magic card artist. Just let me go to sleep. I have a dream. And when I wake up, I know the lotto numbers. That's it. That way, it's completely untraceable, and it's just I got lucky. That is the ultimate con. Let that be in my nature. And then you guys can just live anywhere you want. And then what your house comes with, it's going to be completely empty. I give you guys no furniture. And then when you walk upstairs, it's going to be one room. It's going to have 2 fucking computers in it. That's it. No. Yes, I am. I'm like, if you want furniture, you do that part yourselves. Got you a house, and you have 2 good-ass computers, and you better play games with me, or I'm not paying your bills.
No, see, that I wouldn't be mad about it. It's more put the computer in 2 different rooms.
Oh, okay. So he wants his own super gaming room. So one's gonna be like really dark and Darth Vader-y and shit like that, with red lightsabers everywhere, and then hers will look cute as fuck. You got it.
I'll make it all kawaii.
Yes.
TJ?
And then I'll make a room of gold, and then that door will be locked with a password. And I'm like, that's TJ's room when he comes to visit. It'll just be a golden door.
Okay, hold on. Biggest question: how many rooms would our house have?
A
'Cause
lot.
then I'm having my woman cave. It's gonna have all the naked bitches. What?
You only got one room, that's why.
But
like, you get a
he
room,
said
not a
many
cave.
rooms, so I can turn the room into a woman
you
cave.
know, but what if he wants a living room, a dining room? He might want to have a room for people visiting, stuff like that. He wants a lot of rooms. He wants a real house, not a random colossus you might see on someone's Twitter or the Twitch. He says that's why you both get a room that is designated to your design and your liking.
You have a point.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Can you
I could
touch
have a
me
room
those?
like that. For me, my room wouldn't. You wouldn't be able to see the walls. I think I would just try to cover it all up with all posters from like 2 artists, and that's it. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I think if I had that type of money, I'd actually buy the real artists and shit, and not the stuff from me.
And if I was like dumb retarded with like rich, like you know, like when the point when Lotto hits $1 billion for no stupid reason because no one for some reason wins it. If I was like that point, I'd literally go buy like a gaming company or an anime company, because you'd be able to buy them out at that point. I would buy. I don't know who I'd want to buy out, but I'd want to buy out somebody and fix them. If it's a game company, it's called Fix Them, and if it's an anime company, we're just gonna make something better. Tired of this. We're gonna do like that South Park episode. We're gonna raise the bar. Gonna bring it back where it's supposed to be. Yes, that's what I want to do. Raise the bar. I told one of my friends when I gave him the money, because he's the one that writes the book, I told him everybody else I would either give them really good gifts or a house or give them money. For you, it'd be different. I wouldn't. When I give you the money, it wouldn't be because I'm giving you money because you're my friend. It'd be giving you money so you go finish your goddamn book. And he started laughing. That's all I wanted to do. Literally, sometimes play the lotto, and that is literally my first thought. And I've literally thought that way for like the last 4 or 5 years. I should go buy a ticket before I go to Reno tomorrow, because you can't play the lotto in Reno because gambling is legal, so there is no lotto. That is their disadvantage. They cannot win the lotto. They have to leave to go play the lotto.
Mm-hmm.
So for Mark, that's like I think it's a 15 or 20 mile drive just to go play the lotto. Because there's like a liquor store that's really far out right before you right after you exit the mountains. That's where he said he has to go to get a lotto ticket. I'm like, that's quite the drive. He's like, yeah, I don't feel like it, but I was like, it's like $500 million. Like, you understand how stupid that sounds, right? Yes, the chances is retardedly stupid, but that is definitely worth the drive. Oh god. But yeah, the chances. There is only one person that won the lotto that I read about that I was like kind of annoyed that he won it. Like, that's the point of like hating, but I'm just like, this is literally probably the luckiest person ever. He will never he's either gonna die because he'll do something stupid, or he'll just never know any kind of struggle ever in life. Like, he literally just got out of high school. He started work at Safeway. He bought a lotto ticket. 3 days after working at Safeway, he won the lotto. I'm like, get the fuck out. I was like, are you kidding me? He has not struggled for anything ever. His life is now like he's set. So it's either if he makes a really extremely dumb mistake, like drugs or some shit like that, gets kidnapped or killed, or if he's kind of smart about it, or tells his family help him be smart about it, you know, he's just have a good life. So it's just like, wow. Like, out of there was one other one that I read was kind of annoying. So there was this man whose family owned a company, and they legitly became millionaires, like, through their business. Not the point that they make millions, but if you hit $1 million, technically you're a millionaire. That's all it actually means. Doesn't mean you make millions of dollars. You just successfully made $1 million at some point in your career overall and saved up $1 million. And they did. So they were obviously already successful. And then they won the lotto. They didn't put a shitload of money in. You know, this one bought a ticket one day, and then bam. I'm like, you were already good. Why? I don't know why, but I gained a small craze to go look up people who won the lotto. And a few of them were kind of annoying. Then after that, I got curious, and then I started looking at people whose lives have turned out better for the lotto and who's got turned out worse. I don't know why my mind went that way, but it did, and I started reading those.
I see videos of those.
There was one more that was annoying to me. This man was like, definitely like Bruce Wayne millionaire, but not to the same level, but made millions. He's definitely rich already and stuff like that. And when he won the lotto, he got interviewed, and they asked him, what did you, how did you come up with your numbers? He just said, I just chose everything I own. I'm on my second marriage, so I used the 2. I have 8 cars. I have 7 houses. I'm like, no fucking way, this man
has 8 cars and 7 houses.
He was this fucking rich, man, and he bought a single lotto ticket and won. How unfair is that? But yes, he literally chose all his numbers based on things he owned, of how many. That's how he chose all his numbers. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, how green does that sound? That's how he won. How many cars he had, how many houses he had. I could not believe it. This man made it. I watched his thing, and I literally don't think he was lying. I really don't think he was lying. It just made that much more annoying. He just literally just talked about all the stuff he had already, because he's already a rich, wealthy person. And he won because of that. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, why? Oh god, that was like so annoying. I think his was the most annoying probably out of everything. I think he annoyed me more than the kid who won out of nowhere, who never had to do anything. This guy just seems so much more annoying. Because when he won, he like wasn't even happy about it. He's just like, you know, I won. Like, he gained no joy in that. That's how much money this man already had. That he got no joy in winning the lotto. But that is literally how he acted. Like, it didn't feel like this man's just trying to hold in the laughter. Because, man, you couldn't interview me. I probably couldn't talk. I'd either be shocked or I would be in uncontrollable happiness. And the first thing would be, I would definitely leave the state for a little while. For sure.
Makes sense.
It's because I have a crap load of family that I don't know, and I know they don't give a fuck about me, and sometimes those people appear, so I need to be gone.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to deal with that shit at all. I literally only have 2 aunts that I care about out of, this is going to sound insane, out of like 17 aunts. Care about 2.
No, you have a big family.
And out of my uncles, there's like 14 of them. I care about 1. That's it. They're the only ones that would get money. That's it. They want to give it to the kids. That's fine, but that's it. That is it. So yeah, that's it. I have to disappear for a little while because me and my friend both talked about that, and I was like, yeah, I'd have to disappear for a little while because I don't want to deal with that. Oh, just another thing that's kind of weird but sad. You know, like when you people do like donations to like Red Cross and things like that. Alright, so, don't stop this from you ever giving $1 if you are the kind of person who might give up at least $1. I don't say, don't do it, but you're probably, after this, if you probably didn't do it, Cameron, you're definitely at this point, you're probably like, fuck no, after I tell you this. But I feel like I have to tell you. So, not just Red Cross, but the majority of anything that people donate to, all those organizations like Red Cross, blah, blah, AIDS, cancer, and things like that, the money that is collected of what the percentage of the donations that actually go towards the cause is less than 1% for every single one of them.
So, where does the money go?
I'm assuming the people who fund the businesses, I'm assuming the tops of Red Cross and people all who work there and things like that. But as far as towards the goals, it seems to be a lot less. One of my friends is really smart, he likes that, and apparently it came out in one of the, in Washington during one of their little, you know, like they have to talk about like random bills and things like that, and people bring up stuff because they want to change the law and things like that.
Council meetings?
Yes, something like a council meeting, but extremely higher scale because it's in Washington. But it was like that, and this issue was brought up by somebody, and he had proof that many of these organizations give up at least 1% towards the causes. And I'm like, are you serious? That's insane! Because I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, where does the money go? I just assume it just goes to the people. And you know how people who just filling their pockets. That's what I assume. Because I couldn't imagine it go anywhere else unless it went to like shady shit, like oh yeah, it funds all our weapons and stuff like that, or a drug trade. I don't think we're going into anime zone or movies. I just think they're just filling their pockets. Is my assumption.
So you're just telling me that they're saying that, oh, we're putting the money back into the business instead of help ourselves.
Yeah, it seems like I feel like it's more about filling my personality, in my mind. I think it just goes to the people who are high up, just filling their own pocket, like just getting those bonuses and extra checks, really. But it seems like going towards like actually solving the problem that the money is donated for. It seems like they don't put in that much. But to be fair, millions and millions of dollars of it is put into that shit, so it's still getting millions, but it's not nearly as what it could be getting. So for the most part, maybe a lot of the problems could have been solved already. You know, if the real amount was being put towards it, or at least half. You know, at least half, right? But it seems to be 1% or less for majority of most organizations for donations. And if you think about it, people, yeah, we give out like $1. Maybe one guy might be generous to give out a check maybe once, or at least $100. But when you think about those like millionaires and billionaires who like, when people said like, oh, they don't give money to the people, but they do because it reduces their taxes. Well, if you think about them, they obviously donate a few million. So when they give up that few million, they're just filling somebody else's pocket, dude. And that's not even going towards anything. You know, small percentages, but like I don't know, like Trump or Elon Musk or some shit. And let's say they all put that shit in Red Cross. As much as that's gonna go to the people who need to be worked on and new equipment, it's not really all gonna go there. Unfortunately, it seems like that's the way it is. And there's somebody in Washington who is trying to change that, because that should fucking change. That's insane. Yeah. I just had to tell somebody about that.
Mhm.
So yeah, if you ever truly, I knew you'd say that. So yeah, at this point when I learned that, it made me think if I ever truly want to help somebody out, I'd rather just go give the homeless man $3 on the street than give $3 to an organization that it may not actually change anything, because you know the percent of what I send, well, it'd probably be like 100 of me before you know it's a few dollars. So. So yeah, I don't know how long that's going to be, but that is the way it currently is for just about everything. So yeah, a lot of companies are, you know, crooked and stuff like that. It's all about the money, not really the cause. You know, they're all like, Riley, cause? What do you mean? I am the cause. I'm trying to get this money. I'm just going to go up, nigga. That is what all these companies are about. They are all Rileys. All of them. They're all Rileys. All of them. That's what I learned. Learned that about last week. They're all Rileys.
You're telling me that dude was telling us the truth.
Yeah, he was. Maybe that was like, you know how South Park does it? Even though probably no one took this show seriously, that giving a real message. If anything, that was the only real message the entire show gave. Off of something that's actually happening. Because, yeah, the way Riley did that, that seems to be what the companies are doing. Now, in some super illegal manner, they just, you know, they just keep majority of it and just give away a very small amount. And just like, why? Oh yeah, I screenshotted something. I'm supposed to send that to Josephine, because then if she sees this, she's supposed to have a heart attack. And Guillermo's there now, so he can, you know, resuscitate you or call 911.
Send me
Let me
it.
see if I know what the picture is.
Send me it.
Yeah, 'cause it was like somebody streaming Avatar, and I've seen that, I'm like, wow. I bet you would love to do that for your little avatar thing for when you're streaming. When I seen that, I was thinking in my head, that's too much, but I'm like, I'm sure a lot of people like this. And then I thought of one person particularly who I'm sure would definitely like something like that. Alright, let's see if I know where this is. Will I find it easily? What if you go to Google? No, I think it does the right letter.
Got it. Yes, I saved it once again. Fudge.
Which map are you playing on?
Actually,
You didn't even die. You only fell down.
You re-downloaded what? Oh, you're playing Battlefront 2?
Because, so last night, I was looking at the deal that they have, and one of the deals is the celebration pack with $10. And they have another thing upgrade to celebration cup.
Mm-hmm.
This is my jam.
Basically the same thing, except one is $10 and one is a PlayStation sale thing, which is only $6.36.
Raising the volume.
So I guess that's better.
Yeah.
So I end up buying it.
Oh, in Cyberpunk,
No, you
I
don't.
finally did the mission where I got the painting.
Oh,
I'm not gonna break game with you like
What?
the painting, I just have the painting.
I saved it
I
though.
know, that's the fun part about that.
I don't need it.
I swear I saved it.
Yeah, that's it.
I literally almost upgraded everything that I want to upgrade and stuff like that. Like, I'm good. All my stuff's gold, even though I'm not level 50 yet or anything like that. As far as where I am now, and since all of my hacking things are gold, I'm pretty set. Danger is not really that much danger. Unless I'm playing like a Cyber Psycho, because those things don't really die. That's just like boss fight with a life bar. They're a little different.
That's true.
First time I fought one, I'm like, I just shot him in the head. What do you mean he didn't lose more than 10% of his life?
Oh, let's break it. Damn. 30 seconds.
Damn, I don't know what that screenshot is.
Oh, brilliant goal.
Damn, I have a lot of screenshots. Oh, yep, my screenshot when Ryu first entered the Power Rangers game and my life changed forever. Oh, yeah, there's a screenshot when I found out that Hi-Res doesn't make skins, they just contract people.
3, 2, 1.
Things I just can't let go. Did I screenshot that too? No, I don't think I did. Oh, I think I found it. I won't be able to send this right away because I want to make it right when I send it. But basically, it shows a girl like who's like basically streaming, but she used a little avatar like you would use. But it was probably more than I've ever seen anybody else's do it. It's because the character has a little box, and the character herself will move. It will move with her or whatever like that. And then on top of that, she has a floating little animal like Paimon on freaking Genshin Impact. And then on top of that, the background for the anime character looks like an animated version of her room on top of that.
Sounds fucking amazing.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a lot. I'm surprised. Like, the character even has their own gaming chair. There's an animated gaming chair for an animated character with an animated computer, an animated background. I think you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
It was just super overdone. I'm like, I've never seen anybody like that anytime I've ever scrolled by anything. Oh, like, I even took a screenshot of the $1 million PS5. You want that, Guillermo? It's because, you know, PS5s are rare, so this guy just thought maybe someone will buy it. So yeah, it's just a regular PS5, but he's charging $1 million for it.
Who the fuck is gonna pay $1 million when they're like a...
I don't know. I'm sure that'll be the same, but you know, it'll be crazy as hell. Some millionaire 1.1 wanted one, and they were all out of stock, and he just bought it. Maybe that's what this guy's hoping for. That dumb rich person, maybe. There is an app that used to exist, and it was the rich app. So, this app legitly cost $10,000, and all it did was show you an icon saying that you bought the app. And it was on the Android store, it was on the Apple store, and everything. It cost $10,000, and that's all it did. It's just your proof that you're rich. It got removed from both stores, but a couple people bought it.
Why?
Well, they're rich. So this company made an app that literally does nothing but show you a little icon, and they made probably a few $100,000 for doing nothing. They just figured maybe some rich person will be dumb enough to do it, dude. Some rich people's got money, sometimes they just want to throw it away. Just like that one guy who plays tennis every Saturday, and my mom gives him a ticket for $400 every Saturday. She gave him a ticket this weekend. It's every Saturday, $400. He takes the maximum ticket. It ranges from $200 to $400. She told him she's gonna keep him the $400. He doesn't care. He literally says hi to my mom and talks to him as if she's his friend and everything. And he takes the $400 ticket. Sometimes you have so much money and you just don't care because you know you're not gonna run out if you're probably still making it. So he just feels like that's his $400 parking spot, as far as I'm concerned. That's what I told my mom. My mom's like, I don't understand why he keeps doing. I'm like, Mom, it's his $400 parking spot. He doesn't care. Because then when apparently before my mom had the route, he only paid $200. When my mom gave him the $400, he was mad, but he paid it. But then after that, he didn't care anymore, and then he always paid the $400. Yes, $400 ticket to play tennis. And literally, when my mom comes by, everyone at the club tells him, and then he just goes out there to receive the ticket. And my mom writes the ticket before he gets there. So yeah, some people are just that rich. Throwing money is not a big deal at all. Yeah, this guy pays $400 every single time. Every Saturday. That means he pays $2,000 a month to park there.
No, be careful.
Or a few hours, 5 days a week. Well, I guess the man loves playing tennis, right?
Yep.
I doubt that, because the last guy was a guy, so that means he wants dick too. Oh god, but yeah, he just pays that ticket all the time, and everyone at the park knows him. And they all know he's gonna pay that ticket. It's so weird. He just parks in a spot he's not supposed to park. He can simply park somewhere else, but the spot right there is the closest to being able to play tennis right away, so that way he has less of a walk. That is why he does it.
Maybe he just doesn't like walking.
I don't know, call some people over to carry him, I don't know. Pay them $1,000 every Saturday to lift him up, to lift him on the court. I'm sure they'll do it. Some like buff athlete guys who hit the gym all day. Give you guys $2,000 every time I get out the car, you lift me up and you set me on the tennis court. My feet don't touch the ground or you don't get paid.
Can someone else be goalie? I'm just like so used to not being goalie.
Don't wrinkle my shirt. You will get a bonus. Yes. Yeah, to me, a lot of rich people, some of them just have money to throw out. It doesn't matter.
I am so sorry.
The mentality of rich and not gonna run out.
Mhm.
So I don't think, even if I got that rich, I don't think I can have the mentality that I could just gives a fuck. No matter if I know I'm not gonna run out of money to just do that.
You see that even though you were goalie, you still missed too.
That feels too hard to do. Like, I'm just gonna throw away $400 every Saturday because I don't care. Well, I think this man's constantly making the money. That's why he doesn't care, because he's not going to run out, because it's not like he won the lotto. It's just, he just is rich. So I think he's constantly making that much money, or whatever amount you need to do to where $400 doesn't mean anything. So in $400 is probably like $1.
Right.
Well, I tell my mom, you know what? He's just donating to city and county because he cares about our government. That's why he gives you the $400 every time. You know, he just wants San Francisco to improve, but it's clearly not working because I still see a lot of homeless people and drugs and windows breaking like crazy. So yeah, maybe he should pay $800. Maybe that'll help. We need a larger donation to the city and county of San Francisco. You know, we need $800 now. I was just looking at the constant amount of screenshots that I've screenshotted, and it's quite more than I thought it was.
On your system or on your computer?
Computer.
So you guys take a guess how many you have.
I'm just in one section. I don't really know what the total is there.
Let's get this party started.
Yeah. Because on one of them I use it for if I Twitch on Twitch if I'm on the computer, it shows my Black Desert character when the game is not playing. Sitting down on a throne with like a fairy in the air and then like her pets in the corner. Thought about using the other one, but I didn't use it. The other picture is like at nighttime, Cypher's out, and it's like shows the moon in the background. I like that one too.
You feel that?
Dang it.
So the kid who played with us, what level do you think his account was? He can only play Conquest, Joust, and Arena. The reason when we didn't play the other thing, because we can't do Siege, because and stuff like that, we couldn't do Justin instead, but he was an 8. Yes, he was an 8. Level 8. He literally had played, like, I don't know, yeah, like 16, 17 games, and that was it. Then the other guy we played with yesterday that you guys didn't meet, he played like 4 or 5 games with people, but he did a lot of AI games and stuff like that. Before that, that's why his level's high. His high level's much higher than the kid. He was level 27 with only like 4 matches played. I was just like, you've been practicing against AI way too much. I'm like, how did you get to level 27 off of AI? Because it's even reduced experience to do it off of AI. So he had hella AI matches first. But he is like super new. Yeah, that kid has another account and has definitely played before, but for him, he is super damn new. Oh my god. So new. What state is what?
Do you mean the state initials?
State initials, thank you.
Yeah, okay, because it's just
You mean like California CA?
Yeah, what state is ID?
Is that Idaho?
Shut up, babe. Shut up.
No, really, I don't know what state that
Is
I
it
would
in
think
the no, that's country. Indiana.
Are you you're talking about a state? And are you assuming it's in California? I mean, it's in the United States. I would think it's Idaho, but I'm just because then that's the first thing I think of when I think of ID, because it would be ID AOH. I mean, AHO. I knew it. Oh yeah, what was I gonna check real quick? Match history for the other one. Yeah, the other one's total play time that you didn't play with, it's 2 hours and 15 minutes. That's how much he's played tonight. But to be fair, that's because AI matches don't get timed. You know, like when someone gets like a gift basket. I think EJ and Jen are giving me a gift basket.
Are they giving you a racist gift basket or just a gift basket?
I don't know, because I really, really like Gushers, but I like never buy them for myself because I do have a problem with Gushers. I really do. So he ended up telling me, like, TJ, like, you know, he told me yesterday, like I told you, he said he's getting me a gift. Today he called me back. He was like, you know, we're working on your gift, but I have to make a change because we couldn't find any Gushers. And that's what I thought, like, I think they're giving me a gift basket.
Are you not playing Gushers? Interesting.
They apparently EJ tried 5 different stores, and then he made Mark go to stores too. They like drove around Reno trying to find Gushers.
Interesting.
So apparently they put real effort into this. He's like, everybody was out of Gushers. It was just a really random thing. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh, all right. Pretend like I still don't get it. But I'm like, yeah, I think they're giving me a gift basket. I don't know what else is gonna be in it, but I think
If
it's
it is a
basket.
racist gift basket, you need to tell me, because I will laugh my ass off. If they pull off a racist gift basket, because I always
super
wanted to
doubt
do
it.
that.
I doubt it unless the freaking Gushers are gonna be watermelon. I
I would want
just
that.
doubt it. I just doubt the GIF would be like that. Especially since it took time. I just think it's funny that it took time. So I was thinking, like, I think it's a gift basket. First I thought it might be some like random shaving thing or something random like that, but now I still think there probably will be shaving stuff involved, but I'm thinking it's definitely a gift basket now. Because once he, like, Gushers was like a huge hint for me, because I'm like, what? I can't imagine him just saying, here's a box of Gushers, or here's a few boxes of Gushers. I'm just like, I feel like it's a lot more than that, so I'm like, I think it's a gift basket. I thought that was funny. And he was like, yeah, I couldn't find them anywhere. I even made Mark go to the stores. I'm like, oh wow. You guys are hike hunting for this.
I find it funny that they're all doing all this just because you're babysitting the daughter.
Right,
Not even like your birthday or anything.
Well,
like your birthday.
It's a free month of them not having to pay way more money to a regular babysitter. And then on top of that, that gives EJ a chance to not have to change his work schedule. Because I think that's the biggest thing for him. Because I think he definitely likes his work schedule, and that might have to change. Yeah, unless they find someone within the month that they're trying to do it. That, and that's also why EJ and Jen are hoping that, you know, Mark brings his fiance over from the Philippines, because, you know, because then she can just babysit, and then they don't have to pay anything, you know, don't have to pay squat. That's just free babysitting. You know, because she's family, so.
Is Mark still getting married?
Yeah, that's never stopping until he says he's not doing it.
Oh, I know. It's just been like kind of long even before I met him, as what I told.
You have no fucking idea.
It's just been kind of long. That's all.
It has definitely been long. It has been extremely long. It's ridiculous. My friend had that conversation with me because for a long time I wasn't thinking about it at all. I just felt like that was his thing. I kind of got it, but I didn't put too much thought into it. My friend gave me a real conversation about it. Like, TJ, if you had a girl from another country, you're supposed to come here. Wouldn't you want here as soon as possible? I'm like, yeah. I don't think I'd waste too much time on that, especially sending her money. Like, I don't know, it'd be better if she just came here faster and you just have her get a job here. Then you're both just making money instead of losing it. He's like, exactly. And then he brought up a few other things that when he brought up to me. I told Guillermo this one, and I'll tell you this question. I don't know if they've brought it up to you before, but let's say you weren't with Guillermo, right? And let's say there was a man from France or something. And you definitely like him, he definitely likes you, and he wants you to go to France and you're going to marry him, blah, blah, blah. But he's going to send you $80,000 a month while you're still in America. Are you that ready to just go, or would you just milk getting $80,000 a month?
I don't know, depends on how cheap it is in the other country. Can I be rich?
80? No, because that's the point. We're saying that France is worth more than America, which it's not. But the whole point is that for the conversion, because in America to a peso in the Philippines, America's dollar is worth more, and the conversion rate is exactly what I said. So I'm saying if you're getting about $80,000 from someone, so when you go live with this person, no, you're going to be the average person at this point. He's good because he's an average person, but his money is worth so much more for you in America. And he's going to give you $80,000 a month to make sure you're okay while you're still in America. Are you that in a hurry to leave?
No.
Exactly. So that was what my friend said to me, because he's like, TJ, there's some girls randomly giving you like $80,000 a month. Are you that in a hurry to go there? I'm like, I don't think I am. That's a lot of money. That's a crazy amount of money. So the point is, because since Mark, we found out he does send a little bit of money. And we don't know how much because we never asked the question, but we did something interesting because we thought about what an average person would probably send over to someone in the Philippines. Then after you do that, you have to stop and think, this is Mark, so then you have to make it more money. So we did that, and then after we thought about what he probably sends, then we did the conversion for it, and it's like $72,300. And I'm like, I wouldn't leave for a while. That's a lot. That's a lot. And if it's every month. Because then, I don't know what the conversion rate is for the American dollar to being in El Salvador, but my friend Victor, over like that, he used to send money to his grandmother. And his mom did too. and I went with them when they did that. So it was like one of those weird exchange places and stuff like that. And it honestly wasn't very much money, but it was like the check would be like, or the amount of money would be like $300. But he told me about his grandmother's house. It's a 3-story house, and they're like, they have maids and a butler for her. I'm like, the fuck? $300? He's like, yeah, well, we're not the only ones sending her money, to be fair. You know, all my aunts and uncles are doing it too, but, you know, we're just all making sure she's okay. I'm like, oh my god. See, when you think about quite a few family members saying money, and then you got to think about conversion rates of American dollar being worth more, yeah, their grandmother is living the life.
Mhm.
She's like the mafia mother in a movie. Probably has armed guards for all I know. So yeah, when he told me about that, then after that, that's when I started asking Mark questions, because I was just like, that's kind of crazy. I'm like, well, and then because my friend was like, TJ, how long has he been doing this thing on the phone? Did you talk to him? Think about it, TJ. Think about when this first started. And I thought about it, I'm like, that was a long time ago. It was probably 5 years plus, maybe 6, maybe. But I think that's after he got off his bad relationship with the other girl who was like a Marine too, or something like that. Yeah, that was a good one. But yeah, so you're right. It has been a long time.
What are you doing? No. I know that in the Philippines, like me and my mom, we would have been like rich because like she would like say to me that like if we lived in the Philippines and we had the money that you're making out of your adoption money and Social Security and my SSI and like all other stuff like that, that like we would have a like chauffeur, we would have a maid, we would have a butler, we would have a house. Like that's what my mom would tell me when I was younger.
She wasn't lying, because I looked at the money difference and it was crazy. Because when I worked at Target, I had a lot of Filipino friends and stuff like that. And there's this one guy named Daryl, and he just kept telling me like, TJ, you got to go to the Philippines once. I'm like, why? He was like, you will be treated like a king there.
Yeah.
He just kept saying. I never really got it, but recently when I did that money conversion, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Then, alright, so I'll give you like a funny thing for a conversion. So, if you had to guess, how much do you think $10,000 is worth there? Dude, I kind of wish it was, but it's worth more than that. Half. So basically when Mark went out there, because then he did it twice, he went out and he stayed with her for a month. And both times that they stayed out there, it was like they only went to like high-end good restaurants every single day. Because, you know, Mark's money is worth a lot more than a lot more. And when he was like talking about everywhere they went, I'm like, man, you spent quite a bit of money. And he was like, TJ, I really didn't spend that much. And I'm like, what do you mean you didn't spend that much? He was like, I didn't really spend that much money. Everything was that damn cheap.
Mhm.
And the money conversion is insane. That it's kind of weird. It kind of feels like when people go on vacation, it's kind of weird to go to another first world country, like when you go to France, Italy, blah blah blah, Japan, things like that, because your money conversion's similar. When you go to somewhere that's lower, I'm surprised people don't do that all the time. Even though I just have a weird, uncomfortable feeling about going to certain places, but it seems to be drastically more worth it. Drastically. Because my friend's dad, he is Salvadorian, and his dad wants to move back to Salvador, and he gave him a choice. Like, you can go back with me, or you can stay here, and stuff like that, because he said when he retires, he wants to leave, and he's going to sell the house and everything like that. And he said he'd go with his dad or whatever like that. They didn't go yet, but he plans on going. And the whole point is, like, it would be like he like explained it to him, so he told me, like, yeah, we'll have a nice 2-story house, we'll have like a really big backyard, the road goes down to the town. I'm like, oh, Jesus. Because he said that with the way his retirement is in America, he doesn't believe he'll have enough to support himself his entire life. That's why he wants to move back to Salvador, because it'll be more than his life. It'll be enough for him to finish his life, die, and still have quite a lot for his son. So yeah, that's the magic of another country. You know, once you're in one, that money costs more. I mean, money's worth more, excuse me. Because for a little while, I was actually buying, it was really early on, but I technically was buying Japanese currency when I was first out of PS3. I did do that. Because I wanted Japanese video games. And obviously, I don't want to do the crazy, insane shipping costs and things like that. So I found somebody online who I can give messages to. I give him my money American, and he gave me the conversion rates in their currency. And then he just would go buy me Japanese PSN gift cards. And I had a Japanese account, so then I just bought games that way. And I did that for a while. And when I first did it, his conversions were actually off, so it was cheaper. He kind of let me off. It's like I got a $5 discount every time I did it, because I always give him $50. So technically, it's like I gave him $45, but the value I was given was like $50. So it was cool. I did that I think about 3 or 4 times. Because there were just a few games that I just really wanted to play, and I'm like, the words will not come out in America, just hurt too much. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I just had to. There is, that'll be the best conversion ever. Was that? Oh shit! What country was that? Is it? Fuck! Oh, that would be like the best example ever. I just don't remember. I think it was Greenland. I'm gonna check really fast. I don't know if it was. I don't think it was Greenland, but it might be. Nope, it is not them. Damn it! Who was it? Who am I thinking of? It wasn't Greenland. It wasn't Italy. It was Venezuela. There we go. I'm gonna check that out. There is a country that for sure, I believe the Philippines, Korea, and El Salvador's currency was definitely better. I don't remember what their currency is called though. I want to find it real fast. If I can find it anymore.
Oh, they took me down.
Oh, okay, that's insane now. Alright, so basically, the reason I don't really like that our country's been giving away a shitload of money to its people is because of inflation, because if you keep printing money, the money has to come from somewhere, so then the US dollar could drop down in value.
Oh, come on.
And that's the reason that I don't super care about all the crazy stimulus checks. I like it, but I honestly believe we shouldn't be getting them. But that's not the main point. The whole point is because of inflation, that means the value of your dollar will drop, and then, well, as a whole, you're worth less than other countries. So Venezuela did something similar to this before, and they dropped so bad that they now don't use their own currency. They now use the euro, like Europe does and stuff like that. But when they still use their currency, one of our dollars was 212 of theirs. Yeah, it was really bad. So it was definitely worse than conversion to the Philippines, because if you took $10,000 of ours compared to theirs, then you would have $2,120,000 because their value dropped insanely. So no, not Philippines. It was for Venezuela, because Venezuela was doing currently what America is doing. So I'm a little fearful there, because it's the purpose of giving away money when you're not making any money. If you keep giving it out and keep printing it out, your value slowly drops. And Venezuela did that to where the point that their currency was worth nothing, and that's why they now use the euro. They can't use their own currency, and that was about, I don't know, 6 years ago. Now, obviously their currency still exists, but do you want to know what it's worth now compared to a dollar? So this is how bad their economy went. That if realistically, of course, no one in the world is going to use this dollar or anything. So when I say this, just think of it basically doesn't exist anymore. But if you had a dollar of a U.S. dollar bill, and if you went to Venezuela, for some reason, if Venezuela magically still used that currency, Guillermo, you're a billionaire. It is worth $376 billion. That's what happens when you keep giving out money and keep printing out money and just giving to your people without actually making more money with revenue. Your value compared to all the other countries in the world becomes worthless. And that's something I'm a little worried about. We do make a shitload of money, but our debt is still higher than what we make. So, alright, enough with the school lessons for you guys. And Josephine's supposed to be on, her summer break. Supposed to stop learning.
Yes, and for my summer break, I am playing soccer.
You mean football?
Well, Latin football, or I guess Mexican football, Spanish football.
Why you have to put race on it?
Because it's soccer.
No, it's football. Josephine, what are you trying to say? I see how it is. I see how it is. That's why when we hang out with your friends at your birthday and everything, I didn't see a lot of Latin girls there. Now
No,
I know
that's
why.
not true.
Now I know why.
No,
He's got
that's
problems
not
with them, huh? Now I know why.
No.
Yeah, she's like, let me stay in the marshmallow area and the Chinese food area. Let's stay right there. We don't need to get all spice. We don't no spices, no salsa.
Oh my God.
That. Doesn't need those kind of friends.
God damn it.
Got it, Josephine. Don't worry, we're not gonna tell anybody.
Oh my
Just,
God.
just a little disappointing to hear the truth.
No. Oh my God. No. Oh my God.
Don't worry, I won't tell Kanye West either. I'm only saying that because there's a random article that says Kanye West. And apparently, Kanye West is living inside of a Mercedes-Benz stadium. I don't know why he's doing that, but he thinks he's Black Jesus, so he can live anywhere he wants, even inside of a Mercedes-Benz stadium for some reason. It's really random.
Come on, I just need my ult. Wait, I'm the only one on the field? We have 2 goalies? Why? Why? We only need 1 goalie. Kind of. Occasionally. Most of the time. Sometimes we need 2 goalies. Because the other one just stands there. Come on, you got it. You got it. You got it.
Oh, I just read another article of, our PC-ness and everything, just destroying all of our industries and stuff like that, about equality and junk like that. Because if they do it right, I don't care, because then I would like it more. Because remember when I told you last time how I wish, for our black characters with superheroes, that they would just give them more? Like, why don't they get the $1 million movie? We just turn another character who was white or something else into a black character, which is completely different. Why don't we just get another Blade? Why don't we just make a Static Shock movie? But no, we're just going to take another character and just change what they are. But anyway, so there's another comic book place that they're reasonably popular. They're not Marvel or DC, but they're called Dark Horse, and they're usually pretty popular. And it's read an article that says that Dark Horse promised it's not just a straight white boy comics anymore. I'm like, well, now you're going to go straight like Marvel and DC, and you're probably going to start messing up your own stuff.
Oh yeah,
like
TJ. Oh yeah, TJ. So my COVID excuse got accepted, and now I'm off the FAFSA warning list. Thank you, COVID.
I think the other thing is they shouldn't be forcing the writers to write something they don't want to write. Just let them write what they want to write. If you want to get that, go find an art or a writer who will write that stuff. I don't know, because then maybe it'll feel more natural and not forced. Because we can definitely tell when that crap's forced. And then it always ends up being bad. And then reviews get bad. I don't know. Ugh. should just go to Marvel DC, apply for a job. Oh, what are your credentials? I'm black. Hired. You know, as a funny joke, no, I think I should do that. I should go online and see if that's a possibility, and if I get a call, that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my god.
How would you feel if they gave me the job? I would
Babe,
honestly
you need to sign up.
I would honestly be like happy but mad at the same time. I'd be like, they're in so much trouble. I don't know shit about writing a good story. I just know a good one when I see it. Oh my god, I would be so irritated, honestly. I'd be like, we're in so much trouble. Maybe we're gonna lose out to anime completely. It's gonna go out of business everywhere. If I really did that and they really just hired me and that's all I told them, I'd honestly think that at that point. But I would milk it and try to make a good story or something like that, or at least change something and something. I don't know. I'd have to make an impact, and then I go get free copies. Guillermo, read the comic book.
I was the only one that scored.
So what I would do is, because it's supposed to be bad writing to write yourself into the story, so I won't write myself into the story, but I'll make the best friend of a character, somebody who like never wants to do anything, likes to get hot, and then make sure his legs hurt. You know, they'll be like his best friend. That to me, that'll be a good story. Cause like it's better to write your own self into a character, but no one said you can't write your friend into the story as a secondary character. So that's good writing. But you know, we'll make your leg thing like we'll make it more realistic. Because I remember when I started asking you questions, like, did you play football in high school? You're like, no. I tried so many ways to justify that.
But he did play sports though.
Yeah, but I thought he had like a for real injury or something. I wanted a real reason. When I first met him and I was talking to him about it, I asked him. I don't even remember all the things I asked him, but I asked a lot, and I just wasn't getting the answer I wanted to make this okay. Oh god. So yeah, if I did make a comic book of it, I would make it a very tragic injury. You know, it was like devastating. I don't know if it'd be like someone attempted an attack on his life or what, but it'd be devastating. And then I'll be like, and then when you get introduced to somebody else, you'll be like, yeah, the doctor said I'd never walk again, but I proved them wrong.
Baby.
Oh shit.
Ocean King. Winston has a crown. That one. Because he was asking me what is the new skin. Well, what's the Ocean King skin? So I just showed him real quick for my match. I got placed in rank.
The Ocean
now
King should
I'm
just
doing...
be Aquaman from the Justice League movie.
Yeah.
Like that's the best version of Aquaman they've ever made. They just found the right actor. Like, no one's making fun of that Aquaman. Nobody. Oh, God.
He was actually in Game of Thrones.
Do you want to do that again?
Yeah, let's go get our win. We can go play games now.
Hella funny. I bet I have to reinstall it again. Let me double check. Because then I had to like restore my computer and it got rid of some of my games. I don't know if it got rid of those too. So I have to check. Give me a minute. If not, I will have to put that on the list of things to be downloaded.
Save. Oh, hold on, baby. There's like 2 balls flying in my face.
I guess we have to get that one when I come back, because that is not in there yet. Oh, I did learn something about the way that Fortnite works with rank now, because
sorry, team.
it's always rank. What am I talking about? But the way it works now is there's probably a better reason of why we've been winning besides that. It's because in the beginning, as you keep winning, there are less people and more bots, and then towards you, if you keep winning, then it adds more people. They do that as a way to keep kids from playing to where they don't get super shit on. So that's why when we end up playing and we get near the end, it's like the same, but then the person that we're fighting isn't. If you notice, we don't always get crazy builders at the end. We did have one in that last game, but sometimes they may not be a crazy builder. There's just a couple averages ones that made it to the end. But as you keep winning, it's supposed to get harder, is what he said.
He was flat vibranium.
That's the other person, who is actually an adult male, though. He's not a child like the other one.
Okay.
But he played with me and Mark. Me and Dylan, the Dragon, yesterday, and then he played with us today, but he ended up disconnecting randomly today, and he didn't come back. And I was like, well, we're probably gonna lose this round, when we did lose that round. But he's alright. He played with me and Gandalf also. And he's not annoying, and his sharp voice doesn't hurt your ears. Yes.
So it's nice that he's quiet. He doesn't say anything.
No, he would not.
Yeah. Goal! Sorry. Yay! Sorry. Football.
I'm just surprised that I'm not yet. I don't feel like playing Smite right now. I'm just surprised that a random kid ended up scrolling down in Smite to go find my stream, though. Usually it's just like a bored person is around our age group doing that. To actually respectfully go look for someone like, these are the ones that are super high, literally have all the kids in it. That is honestly the reason that I just put them in the chat, because I just didn't think it'd be a kid, and then I'm like, nope, bad roll. Got the kid.
No, the third ball! Okay, cool. I'm playing the remix of Lucio ball, so there's 3 balls on the field.
He shoots, he scores.
No, you don't.
But yeah, if you were to play with the other guy, though, you're both definitely better than him. He is that new. I'm not even exaggerating.
No, he's talking to me, because I never played with him. No! You distracted me with your memes and you're talking.
Wow, that's random. Oh, I just clicked on the Smite Soul stream thing so that I can get the points or whatever like that, and then he's actually playing with Hera. Maybe you should go watch it, you might learn something. You know, because you're kind of rusty with Hera because you haven't played with him so long. And it could have sworn you got her in Assault, and it wasn't going the way it should go. It should be like, this is your dominating character, because that's what it used to be. Let me just go look up Elmo 415, and let me go scroll through this season, and let's see how many times she was used.
She's that good that I don't need to use her.
Right, so we just lose because you don't want to play with a real person. Right. So, if it's that easy, you should just pick her all day so we can just keep winning. Why are we going through losses for if you're just not showing your true power? Well, you're not supporting the team then. Oh, that's his comeback.
Yes!
Alright, so... Alright. Now I'm gonna go to summary for season 8.
Oh my god.
Let's see.
Come on!
Yeah, you remember that you were not using Hera, alright? You want to know what your matches are with her for this season? Then how many matches you played this season? You played 573 games and used her for 5 games. Yeah. Made my ass. You played her 5 games and the last one was an Assault. Or it would have been 4. For all I know, you owe me 4. Maybe you got her 5 times in Assault for all I know. Jesus. So yeah, not really using her. I wonder if it'll tell me that. I don't think it will. I'll try.
Sniffs. What do you mean? Ooh, okay.
Kind of weird how most people's win ratios are literally between like 45% and like 53. Like everyone just 50-50 this game. Unless you're like with a group that always is together and literally good communication all the time. It probably doesn't pick what you want to pick. You just make stuff that works together. Like most groups are like in the 50s and that's it. I've seen a few that'd be like 70%. Oh yeah, it won't let me see that part. Individual. Okay. Back in a minute.
Yay! Alright everybody, well thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok, Twitter, subscribe to me on YouTube, and I am also on Instagram, and I will see you next time.
This is really terrible.
What?
This is terrible.